Hey guys, how's it going? Demon here. Welcome back to another video on the realm. This might be the last video. The realm will be shutting down February 1st. It is January 5th, so we're doing fine. I'm just going to record this beforehand just in case. I do want to let you guys know that this video is going to be much longer than most of my videos in previous ones. This is going to be an entire realm tour of the entire base here in the Farlands. That's what I call this place. So if you do hear me call it the Farlands, that's why. This video is mainly for myself to look back at this base whenever I'm bored and I'm like, hey, I like this, I don't like this. This is basically just for me to decide what I want to do for next realms or for other survivor worlds I do want to make. But this is also for you guys. If you guys did enjoy all the streams that I did on this realm, you guys can definitely just watch the entire thing, look at everything that we did make, and maybe stuff that you missed. You never know. Anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and just a reminder, this is going to be a much longer video. It's going to be a lot of me talking. If you guys don't understand it, that's perfectly fine. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so after joining the realm, if you guys remember the first stream I did on here, I walked out to about negative 3,000, positive 3,000 on the coordinates. And after that, the stream ended. Off camera, I walked all the way over here. My main goal was to try to find the snow biome, however, that just never ended up happening. I did actually find one, but this base that we already have you already started it, and I'm like, okay, well, it's too late. But before I found that, and after I was like, I'm done walking, I'm not walking anymore. I needed armor, I needed tools, I needed some better stuff because wood was not doing so well. So I found this huge cave here. This cave down here, as you can see, we have the water right here. But if I fly down here, you guys will see the first base that we had right here. Granted, nothing else is here anymore, but we had our beds right over there. We had lava right here, with the dripstone. We had a mini enchantment area right here, and then down all the way over there was our mine. This was basically me getting, your typical tools like iron and trying to find diamonds because it was very, very difficult. And if you guys do remember on that stream, the original stream is me, JJ, and Grant. Well, off camera, I went off by myself over here, so JJ and Grant were left behind. So a couple days later, JJ got on and he actually made his voyage out here, and so he met up with me over here. And after this, we were like, okay, we got a good amount of iron. We don't have that many diamonds, but that's okay. But we decided to move out of the cave because we needed more wood, and honestly, the mobs were too annoying down here. So now as I'm flying back to the base here, I basically walked out of the cave. Me and JJ walked out of the cave, and I decided, hey, I want to live in a village. So I made my way all the way to this village here. Granted, it looked very, very different. And there was a little carrot farm right here. There was this little part of the mountain exposed, so I decided to make my bed about right here where this crafting table was, and that's where we started. We took out all the villagers, we left 2 of them, and then we decided to start off with the trading hall here. It goes pretty far down, and this has been one of the only ways we've been getting XP, besides the gold farm, which you'll be seeing later. The first thing was, we needed a lot of food, and we needed a lot of items to trade with the villagers, so carrots and potatoes. Those 2 farmers right there. So I farmed the carrots and JJ farmed the potatoes, and it was absolutely the best idea we've ever had. After that, I decided to extend it out. We made the sugarcane farm, and then on the right side we had nether wart, wheat, and even pumpkin and melon all the way over there. While we were building this, we extended the platform over here, added our new enchantment table in, and actually right behind here is where we had the old lava farm before I moved it into the place down below. We also have our little snowman here for snow, David Miller. But this guy lasted us. This guy has been here since the beginning, and this is actually all the white spots on the plus plus formation, all that snow. So that guy helped us out a lot for that one. After that, and while we were making this platform with, the carrots and potatoes and all that, I decided to start making this platform all the way down here. Why? I have no idea. I decided, hey, this was a big mountain right here where we were, and there was a huge, not huge, but it was like this just huge crater of just nothing, and then another hill. And decided I wanted to connect them instead of having to go all the way down and then all the way back up. It was just a little annoying. So this bridge was definitely helpful. As you can see, it's made out of colored deep slate. We didn't have stone mason, or not stone mason, the stone cutter yet. So that's why it was made out of this. I just never decided to change it because it would be a whole mess. No, but after we had the bridge down here, I decided, hey, I want to, instead of just having everything up there, I wanted to extend downwards, which is where all this came in. It first started with the water elevator right here, and this isn't the ground. If we actually just, let me just see, if we go like right here, as you can see, this is built all above the ground. And all those little spots right here, the stone, the dirt, cobblestone, the bricks over there, is all times I fell and I had to rebuild back up here. So that was like the one downside of building above the ground, like 5 or 6 blocks. But besides that, I didn't have to take out that much dirt at all. Maybe this little part of the mountain right here I had to take out, that was alright, but I've done worse. So this was much, much easier. So after we had this area, I decided I wanted to start with the walls to cover up the ugly mountainside. And as you guys can see, let's actually just reveal one here. I think it might be this, yeah. As you guys can see, it doesn't look the best. Right here, actually, it was a failed attempt to make a potion farm. This was me thinking we can basically duplicate potions using the cauldron with the water. Didn't really work so well, sadly. But over here we have, just a bunch of empty space. Up there is my doorbell from my house, and here's actually that's our first beacon right there. So my main thing on this room was covering up a lot of what I just didn't want to see, and you guys will see that another one more time over there. But yeah, after we made the wall and we finished this main area, my main idea was to cover the entire area, which we did here with the bricks and diorite. I moved the lava farm down here. That worked out very, very well. I decided to put a to-do board up here for all of our jobs, and I decided to move our main storage down here. And this was a major part of what this basically started everything. This hall right here, because this is probably the biggest storage I've actually made ever. Because on every other realm I've made, it's been terrible. The storage situation has been terrible. It was never organized, and it was just a mess. I was running out of space all the time. So this definitely helped us basically have everything that we have now. Now that we're up here, the main thing is I wanted to cover, again, just like the walls, I wanted to cover, there's a huge hole. I wanted to cover that. So here, this is where I made my house and JJ made his house. He decided to put a little bridge and a waterfall. So this was definitely a great idea, in my opinion. We had the flag up here. This is the Farlands, so note, anytime I do mention the Farlands, I'm referring to our base here. And so, and all together, it was me, JJ, Mark, Grant, who actually lives on top of the mountain, JJ's friend, Ninja, and all the way over there, you might see it where my crosshair is, but that's JJ's friend, Razor. So all together, there was about 6-ish people. And actually, now I think about it, there's another one all the way over there. This is Jack's house, his base. I'll show you guys that later on. But after I made all of this up here, I decided to move back down here and start making all the farms, because that's what I'm mainly known for, making all the farms and stuff. So we started with the bamboo farm. It wasn't this bamboo farm. It was a bamboo farm that was laid out on the floor, probably from where the bricks are there and all the way to over here. It was just a 12 by 12 square, 3 of them being pushed by pistons. So I would have to replace the bamboo every single time. That did get annoying. However, that's how we got our bamboo for probably, I would say, 90% of the time. This is the newer farm. It's kind of slow, but it's definitely much easier. But it uses bamboo. It uses not bamboo. It uses bone meal, so it's not that bad of a farm. I think it's all right. Not a bad farm. Besides that, this is our most recent farm. We have the cocoa bean farm. It just uses pistons to push up all the cocoa beans. They break automatically. Not bad. We have our sheep farm here, currently giving us brown wool for our building up there. I'll show you guys that later on. We have an AFK little area here. You just kind of go underneath trap doors and go inside. Pretty good spot. We have our super smelter, probably my best design of it yet. I did go on YouTube and search up these like cart stoppers. I don't know what you would call them, but like they helped a considerable amount, so it was very, very good. Over here we actually have a stone and basalt farm. Two separate farms, but there's just the same thing copied on the other side. This design was based on Silent Whisper's design. It's exactly it. I did have to change a couple things for the basalt farm because you need the soul soil with blue ice. But overall, they're practically the same thing, and both of them were just amazing. This is especially with the stone, because you can trade that with the villagers, and also need a basalt for the wall. You guys will see later on. But yeah. Over here we have a cactus farm. Don't really need cactus, but the point is we have it, and that's what matters. Same thing with honey. Didn't really need it that much, but for flying machines and stuff like that, it definitely was a very good idea. And it's super small, but we don't need any more than just this, so it's perfectly fine. Over here we have a tree farm. It's not automatic. You do have to mine it yourself, which sucks, but what can you do about it, right? And over here we have a kelp farm. This is based off the glitch. It's like a one tick farm basically. I flick the lever and every second each of the kelp would be broken. And it's a little loud. It's okay. It's pretty loud. Probably one of the loudest farms that we have, but it is so useful. So useful. Because this just produces bone meal. That's all it does. That's all it's for. It's just for bone meal. So this basically fuels the bamboo farm and stuff like the flower farm here. This is a very small thing I needed just for the gray dye. So this was extremely useful. And I think that's pretty much it for the farms here. Now, I will go over to the other districts that we have, but I definitely, besides this one right here, this is the model farm that JJ made. It was last ditch effort because this is his second one. The first one didn't really go so well. We typically don't talk about that one. Over here we have a portal, and here we actually have the world map, which isn't that, actually it's not up to date just yet. I do need to update this map right here, which I'll do for y'all right now, because the building is almost done. Not really, but we're working on it. But here's the FLI building. FLI stands for the Farlands Incorporated, so it's pretty good. But there you go. So that's the map all done. But yeah, let me just go fly right back down here and place this back. Now, here we have a honey elevator. Pretty simple. But this brings us up to like the middle level between where the farms are and where everything was down there. This is where the bridge ends up. We have our little. This is where we hold our horses. We have all my horses over here, the Porsche, we have the Suzuki, and we have just a random one over there. And I believe that this is Grant's horses, and these are JJ's. Over here is Mark's house. Mark was he joined the realm. I think it was like a month or two ago now. So he was able to come over here and make his house with a huge underground bunker. He's still working on that. And here we have a little pond with the wall. It looks pretty, looks pretty plain. Looks pretty plain, but just like the other two things, I decided to just take the grass from down here and just place it all above. So it worked out. It definitely saved a lot of grass because I actually ran out. The wall here did take up basically all of my grass and dirt. And you guys will see that in a moment. We're just going to walk around to the side of the pond. And Here we have a factory. Inside the factory we have a couple things. We have first the trash and chicken farm. This is here is actually one of the main things I use fly machines for, or the honey for actually. Yeah. Over here we have the chicken farm. It just feeds chickens into the barrel. I mean, feeds the eggs into the barrel. Then the filters down into a dispenser, which will dispense the chickens here. And overall, this, I didn't take a single chicken from this. So the fact is it already has 9 stacks in a bid. That's actually really good. That's not bad. It's honestly, could be better, but it's fine. You know, over here we have a little bone meal for wheat. You know, I needed a lot of mud, so that was definitely useful for that right there. And then over here we have our trash. This just dispenses whatever. It's actually filled up right now. If I just put this here and then turn on this, that's basically all it'll be used for. Oh, I have arrows in here for some reason. You know, overall this is what this was used for. I don't know why there was arrows in it. Whatever. If we just leave here right now, there you go. The reason there's skeleton horses in there is because Arctic, another friend of mine, came all the way out here to live here, and he, those are all his. But yeah, so actually here's all the mud. This just wraps around to the other side. This actually wraps all the way over to Ninja's base. Ninja, like I said, was one of JJ's friends, and so he made his base pretty close. And I think I did cut a little bit into his base, like right there, but it doesn't actually go into it, his base. It just kind of just aesthetically goes on top of like the mountain, so it's all fine. Over here we actually have a little drain draining out lava. It was really just purely for aesthetic. I just love it. I think it looks really nice. If we come up here to the staircase, this was designed twice already. The first time the staircase was going the other direction, but you'll see in a moment, when I come up, it looks right at the building. And if I had the staircase going the other direction, the platform would be right here instead. And so I would, it's like weird. I would go up the stairs and I have to walk all the way around. I didn't like it, so I decided to switch it all. I basically just, instead of starting it this way, it starts on the right side. Up here's the entire platform. This took a couple streams, if you guys might have checked it out. As you can see, we put dirt all underneath. So there's the layer with the tuff and basalt, and then underneath it is the dirt. I did that so, number one, I could use up all my dirt because I had too much of it. And the second reason was so I could actually randomly just spam basalt and tuff everywhere. So that actually ended up helping out a lot. You know, up here we just have like the basalt, not basalt, we have the blackstone, little pillars here with candles. I've never used candles before, so that was really cool. I thought that was really, really cool to do that. And yeah, so all the mud down there with the iron bars. This is a pretty big platform. It took a good amount of time, I would say, overall. It just stops right at that corner. I was never able to finish it. I don't think I'm going to. My main idea was my original idea was to extend this out all the way to like the end over there. However, I don't think I'm going to do that. But no, overall, and like I said, I terraformed the entire area, and I did a little bit of it right here. I just took some trees out. Like that one should go too, but I just haven't had the time to take that one out because it's a bigger oak tree. Those ones are just kind of tedious and annoying. But yeah, overall, the trail kind of just stops right here, but you can't really see that on the map because trees kind of just block it. So yeah, the trail ends right there. But all that's terraformed. Doesn't look that bad. I actually haven't gotten time to go over there so the dirt can actually turn into grass, but that's fine. And no, we're perfectly safe up here anyways because of all the torches. And we would be down there too. The torch all that up too. Not bad. So here is the main building, or it's going to be unfinished sadly, but it's impossible to get it done within a month. But this is the FLI building, like I said, the Farlands Incorporated building. This, if you guys remember my previous realm, if you guys want to check that, check a couple of those streams out, you definitely can. But that was, we had a country called Hashima, and we had a building called the Hashidi building. And just for context, if you guys do remember that, the Hashima building was basically half of this building. It was basically half of it, everything. It was half the height, half the size, half the depth. It was basically half the size of all this. This building is 2 times bigger of that building, so you could fit 2 of them in this one. So it's really cool. My main issues with buildings like this of this size is the interior. I'm terrible with interiors, so it would have been bad anyways. But I'm gonna try to finish it. I'm gonna try to finish the exterior. That's going to be the main thing. I'll put a roof on it, and then we'll call it done. I don't think I'm gonna do an interior. Sadly, it's just that I can't. You know what I mean? So I was just before I was recording. I actually started putting the pillars for the side of the wall. I just finished this smaller side here, and I have this whole wall to do, then the roof, and then we should be done. I might torch a little bit more because it is going to need a lot of torches, especially inside. It's going to get really dark down there. But yeah, that is the FLI building, and it's basically been my biggest project ever besides the city world. Survival wise, this is the biggest project. Bigger than most of the things. This building probably tops the whole platform that it's sitting on, because the platform itself is huge. If we just fly up to the top of the FLI building, you're gonna see, actually, just for the size of it all, it is just, it's a lot. It took a lot. So it wraps around that mountain and goes all the way that way, and it's all torched. It's like most of it's torched. If we go underneath it, however, it's an entirely different story. I didn't want to torch it or light anything up, so down there is just a mob farm full of trees, because I don't need to take any of those trees out, so we're fine. It made more sense to just leave it alone than to torch it. It just would waste torches. Anyways, if we go follow the path this way, actually, if you just follow the path, this will be Razor's house. Razor, he was here for not too long. Same thing with Ninja. They both left. They've been pretty inactive on the realm, but here's Razor's base. It's not terrible. But me and JJ did actually place a Skull Shrieker right here. As you guys saw, you might just... However, it doesn't work. I don't know why. It doesn't actually spawn in the Warden, which is kind of sad, but it is scary as hell. Over here, like I mentioned before, right? This is Jax's house here. He never got to finish it, but whatever. That's okay. But it was a really expensive house. Just like that's a lot of wood. This is all wood. Like, I'm all set. Thank you. I don't want to mine any of that. You could have just used the tree farm, honestly. And so basically, to wrap up this area, we have a little WWE wrestling rink over there, and I think that's basically it. There wasn't that many hidden spots. Like I said, this wall over here covers another ugly, background, or not background. It covers, maybe not on the side. You can't see it on the side, but it covers basically just another mountainside or hillside. Yeah, we just break this. Here it is. Again, I hide the beacon in here again, just to save space. These emerald beacons, they don't like the, honestly, beacons in general, they don't look the best, so hiding them is probably the best idea. But overall, the space was very successful. We were able to do a lot on this realm, and including this area, we do have 2 more areas we can go to, so we're going to go over to them right now. Now, as I fly over to here, it's not that far. We're actually coming up to it pretty soon. But basically, before we had elytras, Outlaw, the owner of the realm, decided that you couldn't have an elytra, you couldn't have netherite armor. Only 2 of your weapons could be netherite. So there was a lot of rules against a lot of things. So our main way to get around was horses. So here you might see a lot of fence posts everywhere. That was mainly just to park our horses. Anyway, so here's the first thing. We have the iron farm here. Pretty useful, but wow. Someone must have AFK'd here because, wow, that's a lot. Yeah, here's the first farm here. I think it was made by JC Plays. Yeah, JC Plays, this one. It wasn't that bad. It was very tedious trying to get the villagers into their spots, but it's whatever. I've had to deal with worse. And over here we have a gold farm designed by it's me James, or I think that's his username. But he's a good YouTuber. He does a lot of bugs and glitches on here. He covers them. But this farm worked extremely well, extremely well. All the rotten flesh went to our villagers. Gave me a lot of emeralds, and it definitely gave us a good amount of gold. It wasn't that bad, but I don't think we used gold that much, so we didn't really have to use it. But yeah, so that was the main. This was like the main area where we had our farms. The issue with the iron farm was that it needed villagers, so I had to find another village. And then just from then on, I decided just to make this here as well, just for convenience. But we do have one more farm, and that is the slime farm, which I'll take you to that right now. Now that we're back here, the slime farm is actually a little too far to fly. Even flying was already annoying. It's a couple thousand blocks away, a little farther than the iron farm and the gold farm. So instead, I decided to make a nether portal to it. And the issue with the nether portals in this realm were that they are super slow. In fact, I might actually die right now. Nope, we're chilling. We're fine. The issue was that there was a lot of mobs in these portals. I don't know. The issue was really bad. Oh, hello. Okay, we're just going to keep walking this way. If we go this way, you'll follow the torches, and it'll bring us to the slime farm. Oh, come on, guys. Really? We can talk about this. Oh, that's so sad. The farm isn't that bad. I actually haven't been here in a while because I probably AFK'd here for like 3 days. Like 3 nights, not 3 full, and not 3 24-hour days. More like 3 nights, so like 8 hours of AFKing, 3 days, so 24 hours total, which isn't terrible. I will say one thing in this realm, that the portals are super slow. I don't know why. I would be on the screen for a minute or longer. It was just terrible. Like right now, it's terrible. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's what? I can move my mouse around and everything. I just can't move. Now this right here, this whole issue has actually caused me to die a couple times. Not even die, but like one time it caused me to pop my totem. That wasn't fun. Another time, actually no, both times, now I think about it, caused me to pop my totem. That was not fun. But now that we're over here, here's the slime farm. It's very small. It's like a chunk big. Where is the, oh, it's over here. But all it is, it's just a little small area. And it has a snowman. There's a snowman right here. Little snow guy. Hello. How are you, sir? Thank you. And then if we go down here, this is just where all the drops go. But overall, it's a really good farm, in my opinion. It did its job, and that's what matters. As you can see, though, we're pretty far. We're a little far off. Our base coordinates are at 17,000, 17,000. X1 being negative. With about 3,000 off the first coordinate and about 1,000 off the second, the Z coordinate. So no, this was, and there's a huge ocean, so you couldn't ride a horse here. But that was really it for the slime farm. There isn't really much there. It was just a slime farm. I needed to do that for the mangrove forest, and there wasn't one any closer. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been able to find a regular swamp biome. Never. Haven't been able to. Haven't been able to find that. And up to just recently, we weren't able to find a desert biome. Like I said, last week, JJ, he was traveling around, he found a desert biome, and he ended up finally finding a camel. Yeah, it took, like I said, just last week. So we've been on the realm since September, couldn't find a single desert. And that definitely did disable us from doing a lot of things. Like we couldn't really do a lot of concrete-based things because we couldn't find a lot of sand, or enough sand to make it, right? So that's why, at least on the FLI building, I used a lot of wool in my builds and stuff like that. I couldn't really use any concrete, and that's fine. It's fine because the sheep farm did do its job. We had so much wool at the beginning, and now using all of it up, it has done its job tenfold. But yeah, that I believe is basically everything about our base on the realm. And other people were on here Outlaw and Arctic originally had their own base somewhere else. However, they ended up moving. Outlaw originally wanted to move over to where we were, and he never got to. Arctic did. He wasn't able to make his house, and I don't think he will be. But I had a great time. I know JJ, I know Grant had a great time as well. I know everyone else did. And there was other people too. Not everyone was able to make it out to 17,000. And I'm not saying we didn't let people come out here. It was more like they just couldn't make it out here. We had a portal at the overworld coordinates of like -3,000, +3,000. So we said, hey, get to those coordinates, go through the portal, you'll be fine. But some of them just couldn't. They weren't able to. So there was a couple of us. I think there was a total, if you count me, Mark, Grant, JJ, Razor, Ninja, Arctic, Jack's house. There was like 2 more. So there was 8 to 10 people at this one base and this one like area. This is the Farlands. It's more like a country name than instead of just the base name. So overall, I would say that this was a success in bringing people over here and creating buildings such as the FLI building, which looks insane from just down here. Anyways, thank you guys so much for this video. It's gonna be much longer than in any video I've made recently. So I understand if you guys get way too bored and just of me talking and just don't watch it. That's perfectly fine. But if you have stayed up until now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to be on another realm later at some point. I might try streaming this realm one more time, 2 more times before the realm ends. So if you guys want to watch that, stay tuned, and yeah, we'll see you guys possibly on one last stream on this realm, and if not, you might see some more city streams or other games popping up. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all. You guys have a great day.